Alright, stage 2. The pick'ems have never been worse, except they probably have literally been worse for me. Pain lost me 3 points because they lost to Tai Lu in the first round, and then they lost to Big in the second round, and then they didn't make it through. I did get Bet Boom, Legacy, 9Z, and Spirit though. Foot and G2 I also got, but G2 didn't go 3-0, and Foot did, so I don't get points for that. So unfortunately, we're 4. Not that it matters. Again, we can't get Diamond, so it doesn't really even matter anyway. So stage 3. Um, Vitality is the obvious pick to go 3-0. Although I know their first round matchup is kind of tough. They're playing against Foot in a best of 1, which I do think is a reasonable thing to possibly run into a loss on. This is the real issue. All of the good teams are like playing good teams. Furia is the one team right now that I see that I'm like, man, I could see Furia Furia winning this game for sure. And it depends, because sometimes Furia comes into a group stage and they're really good, and sometimes Furia comes into a group stage and they're really bad. The issue is this entire major, every time I believe in the Brazilians, they let me down. So it's really hard to want to believe in them. The question now is, basically, who do I think is going 0-3? It's really tough. Paravision has looked awful. I don't have any faith in Aurora. I think they look bad. I think Baus is going to come in with a chopped lineup. I really don't see them making it. Monty, I think, has looked not very good. I think they're a team that I'm willing to go there because there was a good chance they didn't make it through. Legacy has not been, the best around. So the question for this now is if I think I think an early team like Bait, who is from stage 1, or Bet Boom is from stage 1, and I don't think Bet Boom is going to go 0-3, And honestly, like, I'm really looking at like Paravision, Aurora, Mouse. Like, these are the teams I just don't have any faith in. I think I have faith in like every other team to win something. Monty's just a bit of a standout because Aurora and Paravision, Aurora has vets, this is a major stage. Well, are they really gonna get 0-3? Like, you think they're not gonna win one best of 1? I think Aurora is a team destined to win a best of 1. That's like something they're really good at. I could see Aurora going 2-0 and then losing and going 2-3 in the end, Paravisions look so bad, but it's Paravision. I think I'm gonna throw them in though. They have looked terrible since they had that like little pop-up time. Mouse is also really tough though. Like, what does round 1 look like again? Mouse is playing Legacy and Paravision is playing 9Z. I just haven't been impressed with Legacy. That's the real issue. But Legacy in a best of 1 could roll over Mouse. That's the thing. 9Z looks solid. I think a lot of people didn't believe in them. It's just Legacy that scares me. Like, I think 9Z should beat Paravision. Monty's playing Aurora, which also scares me because Aurora could just show up and be bad. I think Vitality, I have to go 3-0. They're just the best team right now. I think Falcons is destined to not go 3-0. Kerrigan is pretty good at winning. Low-key. But at the same time, I don't know. Navi is such a solid team. You want to believe there's a chance, but it's just the fact that they're playing Spirit in round 1. Spirit is a real team that I look at here, and I just think, man, how is that gonna go down? Oh, it's such a tough call, because, like, look at these teams, bro. Mongols could lose to Bet Boom. Aurora could lose to Monty. I'm really assuming they won't. I don't think this match is even confirmed for anything. If Maus lose, then Navi has a really good run to the finals until they play, or to the Rio game until they play Falcons, but I think Falcons should be a good match of them. I think I just have to pick the 2 highest seeds, but they have to beat Spirit in a best of 1. Like, they could just lose. Donk could just win that game. I just don't trust Kerrigan either, man. My faith in Brazilians this whole major has let me down tremendously. Am I gonna believe in them to do it? It's just such a tough call. G2, I like G2. I think they look good. I think my question here is, what's the other team? I really think I just want to put this into perspective. I'm going to put G2. I think my confidence in teams going through looks like this, right? Vitality should 100% go through. Furia is like the iffy pick. I really don't know who else to put here because so many of the first round matchups are really tough calls. I could go through and look at their pick bands. I probably should because it'd give you a lot of insight. Oh, it's not best of ones. It's best of threes. Oh my god, it's best of threes. Stop the presses. It's fucking best of threes. Oh my god, it's all best of threes. Okay, this brings a whole new light. Is Jame gonna lose a best of 3 to 9Z? I low-key think he will. Can Mouse win a best of 3? That's tough. Furia should not lose a best of 3. I think Aurora should probably beat Monty overall in a best of 3, but that is really scary. I think Falcons should beat G2 in a best of 3. I feel a lot more confident in that. G2 has just been, like, there's so many mistakes coming from G2's side that you just have to imagine it's possible. I think BetBoom could low-key win. That's a tough thing. And if this happens, well, then Falcons is playing Mouse Sports. They should beat Mouse Sports to death. It's best of threes. That makes things so much harder. You would want to pick the best teams here. But Navi's Spirit is tough. Vitality almost lost a foot in the best of 3, but I don't think Vitality's going to come in all guns blazing. They don't want to lose. They know what losing feels like again. That should be enough to kick them into fucking gear. And you like to think Furia can't lose to Bait. Furia should never lose to Bait in a best of 3. But what Furia are we going to see? They're so good in group stages. They've like notoriously been good at going 3-0. Oh, they make this so difficult, bro. Because Furia shouldn't lose to Bait. If this outcome happens, then they would play Aurora, who I definitely think they should beat. Of course, if Mongols lose, then they play Falcons, which is just disgusting. It's just the Na'Vi matchup in round 1 stops me from picking both Na'Vi and Spirit, who I think the winner of that match is probably going to go 3-0, but I don't want to bet on the winner of that match. That's the scary part. Oh, that's so tough, dude. That's really tough. The part of me thinks, like, Vitality go 3-0. That's, like, the pick I am guaranteed to do. Part of me thinks I just throw 6 teams I think is going to go through and then don't go for this one. Right? Like, I do this, 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 this. Foot, G2. And I think these teams go through. And then there's one other team that has to go through. Dude, I'm riding so high on BetBoom. They've looked so good, but with a stand-in? Mongols, they could have a good run. They could beat BetBoom. They could play Aurora. And then they'd have to play Vitality, which would be tough. But that's if that exact outcome happens. Like, there's maybe a chance that they don't play Vitality. You know? Wow, it's so difficult, bro. Because I think if Spirit wins the first round, they probably won't play Vitality, right? They play Falcons. Yeah, like, because look at how easy the run could be if that happens. If this happens, the run's still kind of easy, but it's Mongols. They could also not go through, which means I don't feel too bad not putting them here. I still lose a point if this doesn't happen, though. That's the thing. It's such a this is such a difficult one to call. Paravision shouldn't lose the best of 3. They shouldn't lose 3 best of 3, surely. Especially if they play Bait in the second one. I think that's so winnable. Oh, and if they had to play Monty. Oh, man. This is tough, bro. This is really difficult, man. This is such a difficult call. Because obviously, this is what the thing says. They're implying that Foot, Spirit, and G2 shouldn't go through because they're all from the last stage. Which is just obviously not going to happen. Dude, this is tough, man. This is tough. The next 3-0 pick with Vitality should be... It's probably Furia, bro. Like, it probably is. Dude, part of me wants to say this. You know what I mean? Part of me thinks this is the tech. Vitality and Furia 3-0. It just makes sense. Furia 3-0 and then bomb out in playoffs? Like this all it's happened so many times. It happens often. That was a Bows don't look that strong. Aurora doesn't look that strong. Legacy doesn't look that strong. Oh, Paravision, you fucking suck, man. Monty scares me. Okay. I'm gonna save these pick'ems. Alright. I'm gonna save them. I'm thinking that's it, bro. Like, it looks crazy. And I know it looks crazy because there's so many better teams, I think, than Furia to put here. Like, any of these teams work. I think Foot, I'm still, like, I think these four I'm good with. It's these two. And then obviously these two that scare me because I also realize I've been showing that the whole time. It's these two. Like, this one scares me. This one I'm like, listen, if Vitality doesn't go 3-0, are you really going to bet against Vitality to go 3-0? Some people might. I think it's just kind of like, I don't know. Who are they playing? They're playing Foot. It's possible, but that's probably like their best possible matchup they could have hoped for. I think if Navi was playing Foot, I probably would also put Navi to go 3-0. I think they have the easier of the two high seeds because Spirit is such a strong team right now. They've just been shooting crazy. Of course, they're playing weaker opposition. We'll see what happens when they have to play against a team like a Navi. If Donk's not going to hold the 2 rating, unless he does, which would be crazy. But yeah, I think these four, I'm pretty confident in playoffs. You know, I'm rooting for Foot. G2 and Bet Boom scare me. Bet Boom I'm just riding so high on, and I know it's probably, you know, ill-advised, but look at them. They went through. Of course, they beat Monty in the end. Like, it's not like their run was too hard. Get boomed by Spirit, beat Gamer Legion, smash M80, and then beat Monty 2-1. Oh, Monty 2-1 is so scary, dude. Monty 2-1? What happened to 9Z? Beat Tyloo, lost to Spirit, beat Astralis, beat FlyQuest. Oh, wow, that's not very good either. Aurora and Mongols are probably safer picks than Bedboom, but I just don't trust either of them. But Aurora's looks kind of strong. And it's a group stage. Like, if it's anything time for Aurora to be way too good, it's in a group stage. But it just feels wrong picking, like, what I would consider to be all the best teams. I know G2 technically wouldn't be that. It'd probably have to be, like, Aurora Mongols instead of G2. But, dude, I just don't trust either. Mongols is still such a solid team. Like, the idea that Mongols wouldn't find a way to win games this set, when it's all best of threes, they could beat Bet Boom, they could beat Paravision if this happened, and then they'd have to play Vitality, which would suck. It's just, I mean, if we pick by strictly by favorites, obviously I don't think that's gonna happen. Like, I would never pick that. I imagine Bait would beat Monty. Bet Boom probably beats 9Z. That's probably true. This is all probably true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Like, this is also scary. Like, 9Z could so easily lose here, you know? Falcon should be. They would beat this, and this would happen. This. I don't know who would win this. G2 versus Bet Boom. Oh, Bet Boom would be Paravision, probably. And now I don't feel bad picking G2 to win. Spirit. What? Spirit's losing these matches. Spirit should probably beat Furia then now. They probably beat Foot. Wow, this would fuck some shit up crazy style. This is tough, man. This is tough. What if I pick? Let's do this. Let's just see. Furia, Navi, Falcons, Spirit, G2, Foot, and Bet Boom is the other team, and then I put Aurora and Monty. They're calling it the lowest odds ever. Give me 20 seconds so it's faster. I don't want to wait all that time. I feel like it's just gonna end up at 10. 10.8%. Scheiße. What if I literally just did this instead? They rate the pick'em so much higher with that because Navi's just the higher seed. It's also probably just more likely to go down this way, I imagine. Yeah. Don't chano. Play Monty in that case. I think, as much as I hate to see the pick'ems look this way, I just don't think I can put Bet Boom in, man. Like, Stage 1, Game and Gladiators, Liquid, Gamer Legion wins seem pretty legit, but then Gamer Legion didn't play well. Smashed by Spirit in their only like real game, I feel like. Barely, I can't. And I can't in good conscience put Bet Boom through, man. I just can't do it. Like, it's too. I really want to see them make it, but I cannot do it. I just can't. I also think Paravision probably shouldn't be here. 9Z is such a risky first round. Monty, I'm fine. It's like Legacy and Bait that I'm thinking about throwing down at the bottom because I just don't trust them. Bait plays Bet Boom the best. I think Bait could go 0-3 here, man. Maybe it's this. Instead of surely Paravision wins a game. Like, they can't be that bad. You're telling me if Paravision plays Monty in a best of 3, they're not gonna win? They're not gonna win one game? It just seems so unlikely. Oh, man. I got an open show tonight, baby. Well, this exact outcome. Oh, I have Bet Boom going through. Put Mongols there. And this exact outcome, we're owned. But this would happen. Does that change anything? Not really. Sheesh. What about this? That doesn't really change anything either. And this exact outcome, Fury, I would play Vitality, which is like really bad. It's just Navi Spirit is like way too risky of a game to bet on to start. It's just too risky. I'd rather see Fury end up playing Vitality and then get a 1-pointer there. But then I'm losing 2. Oh, they make it so difficult. I think we're just gonna have to commit with this. It's so generic. It feels almost disingenuous to my internal beliefs. But when I look at the runs from Bet Boom and 9Z in the past, they just aren't anything spectacular. I think Mongols Aurora could literally be a coin flip. Bows and Paravision I'm not sold on. Legacy Bait and Monty I just can't. I can't bet on them in any way. I think this is it. I think these are my picks. Furia 3-0 is scary, but everything here is scary. I think that's it. I think this right here is where we end up. It's scary, but I think that's it. These are the stage 3 pick'ems. I'll probably get them. I probably won't get 5 points again, but then I'll ace playoffs, so it's all good. Yeah, that's it. That's the end of that one. A G.